Yeah, yeah. Well, today was the day, wasn't it? That door, I couldn't find it anywhere. I went looking for that door and I couldn't find it. So April 1st, April Fool's. Fool's on me, I guess. I got picked up this morning at 9:20 or at 8:50. Made it to my appointment for 10 minutes after 9, so I still had 10 minutes to go. Got in to see the doctor. He says, "You look great. How do you feel?" Dismissing any of the problems. Well, that's this, and thing. We went through some basics, but he's pretty pleased. He said, "Well, now we need to look at your blood because we need to let the blood do the talking." So pulled blood, and he said, "Just sit and wait. It's going to take about an hour." So I sat in that little office for an hour and then nearly fell asleep. And then he came in and said, "Well, it looks like your white blood count is so low that we're going to have to elicit an immune response out of you. So we'll hit you up with 5 injections, one a day, subcutaneous. And what it's going to do is it's going to elicit my bones and my joints to produce as many white blood cells as possible. Immunotherapy. And okay, and so you're going to need to take some Claritin because you're going to feel like you got hit with a Mack truck, because all your joints are going to hurt, all your bones are going to hurt, you're going to ache all over. So the nurse came out and she came out and she said, "We're waiting for approval from your insurance, and if you can go to lunch or something, come back. It should be done by then. We can take care of you." I said, "Well, I don't really have a car, but I can go over to the hospital and have a meal at their cafeteria and maybe visit someone upstairs on the sixth floor where I was." And they said, "Okay, come back in an hour." So I went over there. I was shocked because the food that they had in the cafeteria is not as superior as the food they give to the patients. And it cost me $9 for a meal. So it's meatballs, asparagus, potatoes. So I was shocked. I says, "God, how does anybody afford to live here? So you can see why it's a small cafeteria because who would use it. And turns out that the nursing assistant that I became friends with, Cyrus, at the hospital, he'll be off all week. So he's traveling. It's like, oh, well, that's one way to get rid of a dead patient. Just go out of town. So I said hi, went down to the lobby, watched some TV. Finally, an hour passed, and I went back over to the oncology, and they finally took me into the oncology ward upstairs where they have all the rooms. And it was so highly decorated, you know, uh, positive affirmation posters, but the place was to the hills Easter. I mean, there wasn't an inch that wasn't decorated with Easter. What that noise is. Sounds like someone's dragging my house away. Anyways, so I got to sit in there for what, another hour and a half, 2 hours. So finally, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon, and still nothing there getting open anywhere. Insurance was pending, all that. So she said, "Well, there's nothing I can do now but to release, let you go home, and we could try again tomorrow." So it's like, well, hell with that. I'll call you, and if you ain't got approval, I ain't coming in. Until there's approval. When there's approval, I come in and get the injection. What the hell? But they need to do a 5-day regimen and then another appointment for blood work, getting ready for the 15th, which is the big chemo day. So from 9:20, 9 well, 9:10, all the way until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I sat. and froze my ass off because there's snow on the mountains. Today it snowed on the mountains. And even though it's 60 degrees down here in the valley, the air that's blowing above us, oh, cold. So cold. It was so hard to, I'm still trying to warm up these old hands. It's like, yikes. So I didn't get my therapy because of the insurance. And you'd think that this would be advancements of medicine is one thing, but you think there'd be protocol to if this is what you're looking for and he's going to have low blood count, then let's already have this approved. And if not, then we don't use it. No, vice versa, have it done, both ends, but it doesn't work that way. And so I had to call Jeff because the rideshare, the bus people, they wouldn't answer the phone. You know, usually you're at your appointment for an hour. You call them when you're ready, they pick you up. It takes about 15 minutes to get to you. And they just wouldn't answer. So I called Jeff and he said, I'll come get you. So he came and got me, took me to the pharmacist, brought me home, and then he had to go back to work. And so, what a mess. And then tomorrow, he'll do me at lunchtime, where he'll take me, pick me up, take me there, drop me off, and go home, go back to work. So we'll have quick sandwiches, you know, that sort of thing. And we'll do this hopefully for 5 days up till Saturday. I guess they'll work on Saturday. And then come Monday, I'll be ready for blood work again. And then come, because that's the 8th. And then it'll be 7 days later that I get chemo again. So it's all part of the process because as fast growing as this cancer is as fast reacting it is to the immunotherapies and the chemo and the radiation. If I should get to radiation, because that would be if I actually had a formed nodule, a node, something nodule, cancer. Okay? And this is just spread out, mediastinal mass, putting pressure on everything, you know? It's hard to understand. He didn't really understand why I'm getting this pain here when it should be my esophagus that I'm talking about. And I said, it is. But the endoscopy and everything just messed me up. And he said, but that's such a simple procedure. And he tried to explain it to me, but I told him, I said, I got a scar on my tongue from something they did. And, and they wrecked me because the moment I woke up, it felt wrecked and just, oh, raw. Good Lord, I even choked up uh, that following week blood. And then, of course, to meet him again for the first time. And then he went inpatient right away because of pneumonia. And that's the one fearful thing. You wouldn't want to develop pneumonia. No, that's the worst that could happen. Okay, well, it happened. So, boo on the insurance company for pending me. I mean, water tastes like crap. And I saw in a newspaper clipping today that the Donahannock County, that's us right there, Donahannock County, that our water systems for drinking water, our pumps that they test, yeah, that there's 2 times the limit above the FDA recommended for arsenic. Mhm. What can you do, you know? Drink the wormwood. Yeah. So I'm trying to grasp the realistic nature of all this, you know. I watched some more videos and yeah, people can live many years regarding what do they get through with their therapies. But if they can't get their therapies, so I mean, get with it. Well, what's the problem? You know, how much money are you trying to save on yourselves? You know, when we pay for the research and development, we pay for, and then it comes to the point where it costs so much that, well, I'm sorry, it's not for you. I don't know. And I guess I'm 60, so I'm on that bracket that, you know, well, They already spent their whole life, wasting away. Yeah, they shouldn't be given approvals for everything. But I still think it's stupid. It's norm. It's the advancements have been recent, but the institution of it should be in place that it grabs it right away and process it. Yeah, processes it. Why wouldn't it? Doesn't make no sense. Advance with it. Grow with it. So he talked about my shoulder. There's a drug he said that can stimulate uh, the nerve endings and recuperate. And I told him that I've been through this before in my body. I know what it is. So feels like a sunburn. Feels like this shirt weighs 100 pounds on a sunburn. You know that feeling? Doesn't go away. Yeah. I just I just took a towel just a little while ago. So now I have to go 12 hours. And I got some more gummies, but I've already taken two gummies today, so that's enough. That's 200 milligrams of THC. That's enough. Can't imagine I need any more than that. Because it's really just for my own relaxation. I took one first thing in the morning. And then, of course, when I took lunch for my $9 lunch, I said, "You're damn right, I'm going to take one." $9 lunch. Can you believe it? For meatloaf, they tasted weird. I don't know what they do with their meatloaf. That's weird stuff. I can't imagine why they would. The employees must get a discount. There's no way that they can all go pouring in there at $9 a piece. That place would be rich. Be making some money. Money. Yeah. So poor little Darko's gone. Yeah, he's gone. That's it. The decision was made. It's done. There's no turning back. He's already gone. He went to meet the technician right then and there on the spot. There's no holding him. And he knew. Jeff said he knew. He knew it was over. He knew that yeah, he had come to his final moment and he was scared. But Jeff walked him around, calmed him down a little bit, got him in the building, filled the paperwork out, and it happened. So yeah. And when we got home, when he brought me home, this back door was open, but it was locked, the screen part, but the door was open, so the wind must have pushed open the door. Either that or the spirit of Dargo came bouncing back into my house. Probably did. He probably made it home before anybody else did. Little guy. Yeah. So everything's calm. The other dogs are calm. Then sure they're trying to figure out where he is. The menace. Where's the menace? We got to make sure we got our eyes open for the menace. See, like Rudy, he's walking in my room right now. Come here, Rudy. Come on over. Just an inch more, they could see you. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he's wondering what's going on. Now, he's Mr. Biden, so might not be too long before he takes the fall. There he is. Oh, you can barely see him with my glass in the way. You have to see the ears. Yeah, Mr. Biden, what are you doing? Where's everything going? Huh? So there were four pups to that litter that Kimi had. Dargo was the runt. One of them lives in Washington State. He's a cream-colored Shiba Inu with a puzzle piece on his forehead, a little orange puzzle piece, and Michio. And then one of them lives in El Paso. That's a red Shiba, just like Rudy. And they named him Ryan. Ryan. And then the white one is in El Paso uh, because Kimi had one of every color. The white one is Sammy, and he lives in El Paso with my friend Daniel that I haven't spoken to since probably 2013 or so. Yeah. He told me he didn't believe in God. And I said, well, then get the hell out of my house. And it got really heated and he left and never came back. But at the point, it was there's no way I could have anybody around me that blasphemed God in such capacity to deny him. And they say, well, Ron, you deny him. I don't deny him. I don't deny the fact that when a creator destroys that which he creates, he destroys himself. That's what happens. We're an example of that because we're in consumption of God, which is why there's a scroll and why there's an inheritance. You would know that. And why there's the lamb, which is the inheritor that should break the seals and bring this whole story to an end, or at least to its beginning, its millennial reign. Get to that first resurrection, of course. And that's 1,000 years of restoring the body, the the body that we exist on, the earth itself. It's a portion of the soul body that we would nurture and do everything in our power to clean it. Take all these toxin poisons and cancers away, cleanse the body. Yeah. The exploitation of our natural resources at the expense of our water, at the expense of our food, you know, at the expense of our air, that's criminal. That's Nuremberg stuff. That's Nazi Germany crap. Yeah, the Nazis. And they're still with us. Yeah, Bush administration. What a regime from the beginning. So, okay, I just wanted to touch base, let you know what I mentioned for today. Yeah. Sitting out in the cold and then having lunch by myself for $9. And then not running into a friend I'd hoped to run into, and then not getting the therapy that I was supposed to get, although it wasn't on the schedule. It was just based on this is where your blood count is. Well, then that should be part of the therapy. This is where you are. This is what we do. I know things don't work the way I think they should. But I gained 4 pounds. So since coming home, I gained 4 pounds. So yeah, how about that? Home food is better than $9 food. Yeah, for $9, I would starve. I would lose 10 pounds for that one. So, okay, take care. I'll talk soon because it's a lifeline. It is. It's just a lifeline for me. And I don't know why my videos are doing that. When I'm talking, like I was mentioning someone. Um, I was going to say Rosie O'Donnell. That's not what I was thinking of. Roseanne Barr. When I said her name, the computer automatically grabbed it and scrambled it. Did you notice that? So you didn't know who I was talking about. Huh. Maybe that's a new AI treatment. I don't know. Scramble butt. Scramble Buttle. That's what I call this video. Scramble Buttle. Okay. Take care. Bye.